Okay, so welcome back on to part 2. I know these color charts take a long time. That's why I broke it into 2 parts. And I'm going to go a little bit faster here because that last one was long, but that's because I talked about a lot of stuff in the beginning. This is Periwinkle. Now, Color with Claire put out some information today, if you haven't already seen that. Derwent had got back to her. So take a look at her video. She posted that today. Give it a listen. Some useful information. So for those of you who have not bought the big 150 count set, you might be happy to find out some information. Unlike me, over here in the US on the other side of the pond, these were actually gifted to me. So thank God I didn't spend the money because it's very expensive at the price that Cult Pens had them listed for. No offense to Cult because they have great products and I've bought stuff from them before. But what it would have cost me to get them from Cult Pens was crazy. But I think Amazon UK has them listed for $195 US. And then you will pay the shipping and you will pay the conversion rate fee, which is about $5 US when you convert from British pounds to US dollars. So when you do that, keep that in mind. My camera is jiggling, I'm sorry. See, I can't do anything without having something be boogery. So keep that in mind when you do your checkout. Now, if you have the Amazon app, the quickest way to get to Amazon UK, if you don't already know this, I'm going to give you a quick little lesson as we are swatching out here. Open up your app, and there's a little people guy at the bottom of your app on your home screen. Tap that little people guy. And once you tap that little people guy, the next color is Carolina Blue. You see the little US symbol, and you can tap that, and you can change your country of origin to UK. And then once you change it to UK, you can go get your chromaflow pencils, put them in your cart, and check out. I bet you didn't know that. You can also shop any of those other locations by doing the same method. So many of you may not have known that. You can shop any of those Amazon locations, or you can shop Amazon Global. Just a little trick in case some of you didn't know that, which is a nice little shortcut to shop the different Amazon sites. So you can shop Amazon Japan, Amazon Germany. It's kind of neat to see what they have at the different Amazon stores, especially if you want to get your hands on some things that are only sold at different Amazon stores, or like really neat products that you can't get in the US, but you can get in Germany on Amazon. Yep. Kind of cool, huh? Okay. Just remember, tap your little people thing and change your country's origin. But don't forget to change it back. So, anyway, just a little tip. So, anyways, Claire put that information out, and it's really nice because I listened to it today, and it's some useful information about the sets and what's available if you already have the 72 or the 100 count set. So you should go listen to that before you order the 150 count set. So I want to give a shout out to a couple people, some of my followers and some of my new friends that I have met. Nicole, she's a wonderful mom. I met her through adult coloring. She's a nice young lady. She's a mom, She does homeschooling. She's a lot of fun to talk to. And she loves coloring. So she's into the artwork and all that stuff. So I think she joined Claire's group recently. So if you haven't met her yet, say hello. But she's a nice lady. It's funny how we meet people. And I'm very picky when it comes to who I let into my little circle. And I think most of us are. We either click with somebody or we don't. So when you meet those people you click with, you tend to let them into your little bubble, right? And I think we all have those groups of people in our life. But anyways, I've noticed a lot of new people on my channel. So welcome and thank you. Don't forget, I'm doing that drawing pretty soon, June 1st. So pay attention. I will do that announcement on the community page under my YouTube channel. And just all you got to do is respond to the post. And I will respond back. And we will work out. I will probably give you my email address or my Facebook Messenger. And that was Santorini. That is one of the new colors. And then we can get in contact and I can get your mailing address for the prize. Brilliant Blue is the next color. This is also one of the new 50 colors. I know part 2, the second half of that video last night that I posted, or excuse me, part 1. In the second half of part 1 that I posted last night, it was just, should have just been music. There was no sound because I was trying to hurry through it for you. It was getting really late here and I was getting tired. So sorry about that. I wanted to try to knock these out for you. I was thinking about just swatching out just the 50 new colors. But then I realized not everybody has the full 150 set. Some people have 78. Some people have the 100 set. So if I just did the 50 colors, what's the point of that if they don't have the 50 new colors, right? So I figured let's just do them all. And there's other creators out there who have done all the sets. So you could always go on their sites too and check out what they've done. Okay, the next one is blue. And again, I've only had a couple pencils so far that have had some defects. So I call them my icky factor. But again, as with any mass-produced product, you're going to find that it's not a deal breaker for me. I know a lot of people get really angry, and I hear it a lot. Like today, I'm going to point this out because I have to do it. You know me. I'm a Prismacolor fan, so I have to do it. I just got to. I don't sugarcoat anything. So I was talking or chatting or whatever you want to call it. There was a post on one of the coloring groups today, and somebody said they got a set of fake Prismacolors, and I said, BS, no you didn't. And they said, there was this person who bought a set and they were fakes, they were knockoffs. And I said, the only time that could possibly ever happen is if you buy them from a non-reputable, non-licensed art supplier or a third-party seller, and they advertise a set of colored pencils as Prismacolors, and you actually receive them and they're really something else. And then they proceed to tell me, well, they bought them on Temu. And I started laughing. I was hysterical, almost in tears. I'm like, okay, there you go. You just proved my point. Temu is a terrible site to buy things from. If you want to buy from them, go for it. Go ahead, buy all the junk you want. I don't care. But you get what you pay for. If you're going to buy colored pencils, Prismacolors in general, from a site like Temu, don't complain about them and say you got fakes. You didn't get fakes. You got what you paid for. Brilliant Blue. Oh, I already did that one, sorry. Blue Yonder is the next one, which is one of the new colors. You got what you paid for. If you go to a third-party seller or a non-licensed, non-reputable art supplier to buy your art supplies and artist-grade colored pencils, you get what you pay for. That's it. That's the bottom line. Temu is not a licensed seller of Prismacolor products. So if you're going to go on there and buy them from there and you get junk, that's on you. I know people who've gone on there and bought stuff, and what they got was not at all what they purchased. That's pretty standard of Temu. So again, you get what you reap what you sow. I can't even feel bad for people who do that. And I apologize for that sounding really harsh, but it's comical to me sometimes that people would complain that they got a fake set of Prismacolors, but yet they bought them from a site that doesn't even sell them. You know, you do feel bad sometimes for people, but how many times do you have to say it until they actually listen to you? You know, it does drive me crazy. So the next one is Glacier Blue. And I know my Prismacolor fans out there, my people that swear by Prismas, I see people complain all the time that they have problems with them and this and that and this and that. And I'm sitting back going, I do not have half the problems I keep reading about. I don't know if it's technical error. People are just too hard on their Prismacolors. But I have friends that are pressure monsters with their Prismacolors, and they don't have half the problems I see people complain about on social media when it comes to their Prismacolors. Now, I'm not diminishing that people may have issues with their colored pencils, but I truly believe that some people, not everybody, but some people, when it comes to their Prismacolor pencils, that it's technique. It really is a technique issue. So I like to point out, please don't listen to gossip. Just don't. If you're wanting to get a set of Prismacolors and you haven't tried them yet, I highly recommend maybe buying a few open stock or buying a very small set and trying them out first. Don't go all in and spend big money to buy the big set, because what if you hate them? Just buy a few and give them a whirl. See what you think. But it's better to just buy a couple instead of spend a few $100s on a set of colored pencils that you may really not like. Now, there are other people out there who will spend lots of money and go out of their way to try to find a set of Prismacolor pencils that are like Prisma. And they'll say, oh, this brand is like Prisma, or this brand is like Prisma. No, there is no brand like Prisma. It's just not. Prisma are a class all in their own. They're ultra soft. Ooh, that just broke. They're an ultra soft core colored pencil. And it's a patented blend, meaning That is a licensed blend. It can't be copied. It can't be recreated by other colored pencil manufacturers. So in order for a company to create another ultra soft blend of colored pencils, they would have to come up with their own recipe or their own mix to do that. And it probably can be done, but they would have to stay outside of the bounds of that recipe for Prismacolor, if that makes any sense to people. They would have to have their own patented recipe, and it couldn't be within the boundaries of what Newell Companies is. Because it's patented and licensed, that means that they own it, and no other company can recreate it. So that was Deep Sea. Now this one's light blue. So with that being said, and this new chromaflow line that Derwent has created, although as beautiful as they are and as smooth and creamy and buttery as they are still not Prismacolors. But they are very creamy, very buttery, and I feel in my heart the gauntlet has kind of been thrown at Newell Company now. So I've said it already. Let the games begin. Because with this new 150 set that Derwent has put out, I feel that this is like Derwent saying, I challenge you to Newell. Let it be known. Is it a challenge? I guess we will see here in the US, right? But would it not be really cool if Prisma came back, or let me say this again, if Newell Company came back and said, oh yeah, well, we're going to throw down the gauntlet and we're going to throw it right back. And Newell did something epic, like a bring back my pencil color. Wouldn't that just be iconic? They could bring back all the deco colors within their reach of the pencil pigments, or they could bring back an anniversary set of the 1980s or the early 90s sets, which includes the full metallic line. I would like to see the full metallic line and all the original deco colors like aqua and orange. I would love to see them do that. Wouldn't you? So for those of you who have used Prismacolors for a long time and are aware of those original sets with those gorgeous colors that were discontinued, I think that would be epic. So Sea Blue is the next one, and it's one of the new colors. So if by chance Newell Company is listening, dare to be bold and throw hands, so to say, in a playful manner, of course, in all good taste and tactfulness. We're not being disrespectful by any means. But Newell Company has been around for a long time, and Prismacolor is kind of the US's colored pencil go-to baby, right? So what do we do now? Derwent has kind of put it out there with this set. It's beautiful, it's creamy, it's buttery. The color range is lovely. I see a few flaws that could use some work. But other than that, Derwent has created a gorgeous product to fill that gap in the European market. that could really take off for them. And I do see these becoming a go-to in the European market if, in fact, some of those little quirks get corrected. I could see these becoming a fan favorite in the US market as well, especially for our sketch artists. And that is a crazy thought right there. So for all of us Prismacolor fans who just cry and whine because we miss certain colors that have been discontinued, a Bring Back My Pencil color anniversary set or something along those lines would be epic. And I'm pretty sure several of us would probably spend big money to get our hands on several of those sets, even if they were limited edition sets. Okay, the next one is Bondi Blue. But yeah, how cool would that be, right? I know a few people that would just probably be in tears for a few of those deco colors. Myself. And I know the metallics were not big for a while, but you know that old saying, you don't know what you have until it's gone? Yeah. You don't realize what you miss until it's gone. And some of those metallic colors were important, believe it or not. They added just the right tone of shimmer to certain things, and you miss it. Even though they weren't used often, when they were used, it really gave your images a pop. So it was sad when they left the Prisma line. It really was. But some of those deco losses were big. Deco Aqua, Orange. And I know they have similar colors, but it's just not, they're not the same. They're just not. It's like the lilac and lavender. They're not the same. Okay, the next one is Orient. I ordered a pizza, so I'm waiting for my pizza guy to show up. It's dinner time here. Well, it's getting close. It's after 6. So that's about dinner time here. I meant to get this done earlier, but then I got busy. I have to leave myself little notes to stop doing what I'm doing and focus on getting my videos done. Otherwise, I get sidetracked and I never get anything accomplished that I want to. I have a whole bunch of color alongs that I want to get done for you guys. And then this whole chromaflow thing came out. And oh, that just threw another wrench in what I want to do. So I'm trying to knock this out really quick so I could finish those red combos for you. Sorry that video was so short. Gretel just wasn't playing nice with me, knocking my lamp over like that. What a monster child. And she's napping right now in the sun. So I don't think she's going to stay asleep long. Okay. And put these two down, grab some more. I got my pencils off to my left here. And here is that icky pencil. Oops. The next one is Mineral Blue. Oops. And it is one of the new colors. Okay. And I'm sure you guys can do your swatch charts much nicer. And I did include in the first part of this 150 swatch chart, part 1, and it'll also be in part 2 in the description, the link to Claire's Ko-fi page, and the link to DeviantArt is in there. So if you want to go in there and sign up, it's free. And then you could find Mystic Art Wings page, and you can patron her or whatever you need to do to get a copy of this chart that I'm using right here. This belongs to her. She created it. It's her creation, and pretty great charts. I don't think I could make this one. I think I could make something similar, but not quite as beautiful as this one she's created. It's very clean, done very well. It holds 150 colors, so that's why I like it. But I chose to showcase her because she makes such wonderful charts. But DeviantArt is a great art community group to showcase your artwork for those of you who are looking for something like that. Should check it out. Become a member. It's a great community. Okay, the next one is teal. Now, this is one of the pencils that I have a big problem with. I don't know. Let me see. Can you see that? That core is split down the center, clean through the pencil. So you can see the barrel is split. It's split all the way down. All the way down. And it came that way. So I'm going to be very careful because I think it's just going to get worse when I use it. Yeah, it's not a good one. I got an icky pencil. I got a couple icky pencils like this in my set. So yeah, cranking me out. Makes me very sad. So I'm going to try to use it here. Maybe it won't break again. But you can see it's quite a bit shorter already. Yeah. I had to sharpen it a couple times. It just kept splitting and splitting. So I'm going to be very gentle here. I don't think I'm going to be able to use this at all. Yeah, I can feel it. It's just moving. I think I can get a light coat here. But this is one bad pencil. I don't know what happened. Again, that's one of those things. They're mass producing these pencils, and there's bound to be some defects. As with any pencil manufacturer, a few bad apples in the bunch. So it's not a deal breaker for me on this set, but price point wise, I've got several bad ones in this set. I would hope that there's not many bad sets out there like this. So maybe I just got an unfortunate set. I'm going to send an email off to Derwent. Hopefully maybe they'll just replace these couple icky ones I got. Because the whole set is not bad, just a few misfortunes. So I didn't get really good coverage on this one because I don't want to be too hard with this pencil, which makes no sense because what's the point? But just in case they want that pencil back. I highly doubt it, but I don't think it would survive the trip from here back to the UK anyway. The next one is turquoise green. If I can move you up here. I will have to pause you if the pizza guy shows up. But again, I'm going kind of quick this time. But you guys can do your swatches a little prettier than I'm doing right now. I was really focused on making them look nicer in part one. But it was taking a long time. 150 colors does take a long time to do. That's why I just put music to it on the second part of the first video. Because once I get this done, then hopefully, I don't want to promise, but maybe tonight I can get part 2 of the red color combos out. That's my goal anyway. I set goals, but do they get reached? Not always. And it takes so long for these to upload sometimes. It's crazy. But I have a plan. A lot of color alongs planned. The next one is Caribbean green. So I want to start really focusing on these color alongs. and start getting more of those posted for you guys. Because that's the fun part. Reviews and swatches and book flip throughs, that's not the great part. But I have to do them. I guess I don't have to. But because a lot of them are sent to me, I do have to do them. I do the product reviews. I give my opinion. And my opinions, like I said, they're not paid for. So my opinions are always honest. And again, they're just an opinion. You don't have to take my opinion as gospel. It's just me. It's just how I feel about a product or a book or... But if you follow me, you know I'm particular about certain things. And one of it's paper. But paper and me are funny. Because, again, price point of a book better match the paper quality. Okay. Let's see what I got next. I just mixed my pencils up. Oh, well, that's okay. The next one is going to be the Laurel Green. Now, I've heard people complain already that their Laurel Green had issues. This is one of the new ones, so let's give it a whirl here. Mine seems to be okay, but it's not really a green now, is it? It's kind of a gray. I guess it's got some green undertones in there. I'm getting more of a French gray feel, though. But I see some greeny yellow tones in there. Ooh, my ear is popping. My allergies are out of control. If you can't hear that in my voice, I'm all snotty. We've got cottonwood blowing here like it's snowing outside. Sucks. And of course, I got two great big dogwood or cottonwood trees in my, just outside my fence. Okay, the next one is eucalyptus. Oop, this one feels a little weird. Oh boy. Please don't be an icky. I'm over here like, please don't be an icky one. Yeah. It feels wiggly. It feels wiggly in the barrel. So I'll flip this one around in my set. This guy feels wiggly, like the core is moving around in the barrel on me. I'm sad. Oh well. Happens. But that whole entire core coming out of my pencil like that was just bizarre. I've seen that on super cheap pencils before, but never on expensive sets. I've never had that. I've never had it happen on my Prismas. I've heard people say they've seen it. I've seen it on a Prismacolor when I cracked a barrel, but I've never seen it where the barrel has been solidly pressed together and it slipped right out. I've never seen that. I'm not saying it hasn't happened. I've just never seen it. So it was a shocker to me to see that. Sorry, I'm not getting good coverage here because it's, again, one of those weirdo pencils. So I'm going to turn that one around in my set so I know it's a weirdo one. The next one is Pastel Mint. Oh, it's really pastel. Get an Easter egg vibe on this. I kind of get the Prismacolor 289. Oh, pizza guy. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Pastel Mint. By the way, pizza was good. Not that you would know because it probably seems like I just paused for a second. Probably had a little hiccup in the video. But, ooh, this Pastel Mint's like scratchy. Weird. So this is Pastel Mint. I think I ate too fast. I was really hungry though. You ever woof something down so fast, you're like, uh-oh, now my gut hurts. I was starving. I was like, oh my gosh, my stomach's like getting hangry. I was like, ooh, I better get something to eat. And I looked at the clock. I was like, okay, yeah, pizza day. It's too late to cook anything, so I haven't had pizza in a while. It seems okay now, so I think it was just scratchy at first. I did sharpen them, so it could have had just something on it from the sharpener. Okay, and the next one is cactus. And if you notice, I did put those little red stars next to the new colors. So there are 50 new colors in the 150 set. So cactus is like giving me the 1091 or 1096 vibe from Prismacolor. I'm feeling that one. I think it's because it's a color I've used a lot. So funny because I just looked up to see what was on the TV. I'm like, what am I watching? What am I listening to? It's an old black and white movie that came on. Not anything I picked. It's just streaming TV. It's just on random play. So I just randomly picked something and played it. It's an old, looks like an old cowboy movie. Kind of funny. Not one I even recognize, probably before my time. Cactus is a pretty color though. So let's grab some more here out of my pan. I'm just grabbing handfuls because I wrote them down in order that they were in the tray, that my pencils came in the set. So the next one is Field Gray, it says. And this is one of the new ones. I'm so glad that I filled in the sheet ahead of time, because that would have taken twice as long to do at the speed I am. I feel like I'm doing these really fast, faster than my normal, because I usually do these really tidy and really neatly, because I like to work from dark, medium, and light, because I like to see the shade. I will go back over these on my own time, but I want to get these done for you so you can see all the colors and the color range here. It's rather a lovely color palette that they've picked, and it's quite a good comparison to Prismacolors. But with that said, they're still not ultra soft, but they're a good choice. You're going to get some layering, you're going to get some blending, but if you are looking for something that's going to lay down, build up, and blend like Prisma, you really are not going to find it. It's just not out there yet. There's only one Prismacolor Premier pencil, and that is made by Newell Corporation. Others will strive to get there, but it has not been done yet. That was Field Gray. The next one is going to be Obsidian Green. Should be a deeper, richer green. Almost like got a gray in it. And Gretel just came up here on my left. Wonder what she's going to start doing now. The Antics of Gretel. I still can't believe she crashed into my lamp like that. It's still not right. I'm going to have my dad take it apart, I think, and see if it's busted inside. She bent the pole. It's one of those stand-up lamps. It's got two different tiers on it, and it's bent now. The actual one of the poles where it screws together is all bent. There she goes, right over top of me. when she crashed into it, somehow she bent it. I don't know what she did to it. I tried to take it apart and screw it back together, but it's not sitting right. It's kind of askew. It made me laugh, though, but it was an expensive lamp. She's such a brat. I just laughed and said, I guess I can't have anything nice with kids like you in the house. So that was obsidian green. And the next one is going to be pine green. And that is one of the new colors. So this corner here. This one's like a... This one's different. It's a little darker than, let's say, Prismacolor 120. Maybe 1096. But I feel a little more blue in there. Not quite the deep pine green I'm used to. Like when I think pine green, I'm thinking 109 from the Prismacolor family. This is giving me more of a muted grass green color. That's the feel I get from it, but you be the judge. And I can already pick up on some blends this would go great with. So, you know, different colors make different blends, and different shades, they pick up different hues very easily. So the next one's going to be basil. Now, if you notice, I didn't write the color numbers down, so I'll let you do that. But each pencil does have a color number on it and the names, which is really nice. I'm pretty good with, if you haven't already noticed, my Prismacolor pencils knowing names and numbers. A few still throw me once in a while. I just chalk that up to I'm getting old. My memory's going to Hades, so... But after, as long as I've been using them, you tend to remember. And again, that comes with experience. You'll just start remembering. And I always tell people, you know, mastering one particular set, a favorite set of colored pencils, knowing your colors is going to help you with color theory. And once you do that, then you should be able to pick up different sets of pencils and easily do different blends with multiple sets of colored pencils. It becomes easier once you've kind of mastered one special set. Because once you've done that, you kind of understand more about the color. And it's easy to remember colors, tones, shades, and hues on one set than it is to try to remember it in your head on, you know, 10 different sets of pencils. Okay, that was basil. So the next one is going to be mint. Where is it? It's right here in my hand. Or, excuse me, mint leaf. And this is one of the new ones. This is a bright green. I'm getting a 1009 feel. Like your peacock in the Prisma family. Yeah. Maybe not quite the peacock one. I'm getting that turquoisey green from this one. It's a beautiful green. It's a nice bright. I see ocean colors. I see water. I see eye color. Yep. I see this color being really popular right here. Green is one of my favorite colors. So I see this color being a keeper. Yep. And it goes on very nicely, very smoothly. That's a good one. I like it. Yep. That's a nice one. Okay, and your next one is Green Meadow. Isn't it funny how we find our favorite little colors that we like? I'm getting a true green feeling from this one. It reminds me of the Prismacolor True Green. I wonder what the color match would be on this. If somebody's already done that. Do a color comparison, a color match. How close these would come. It'd be interesting to see anyway. I think quite a few of them would be a lot closer than we think. That one went down really nice. And again, some of them seem to be a little more creamier than others, and I think that's choice of the pigment that's used in them. The next one is Tropical Rain. And this one looks like a nice, rich emerald green. It's very, very deep. But it's also got some blues in it. So I'm getting that gorgeous greenish blue. But it's putting off that very rich vibe. Very pigmented colors, that's for sure. It doesn't take much when you're putting them down, because you can see I have a sharp tip. So again, I'm using light pressure. But you can see the high pigment that you're getting just by laying light layers down, which that's a bonus. So as I said before, kudos to Derwent on this line of pencils and putting out this 150 set, because you know, I'm sure they're toting, I said it before, you know, not to be a wise guy or funny, but as the British would put it, toting a feather in their cap over this. It's pretty, they should be proud. It's a good set. And I definitely put these in the artist grade amongst the sets out there for colored pencils. And the reason I do that, and I know some people are going to argue over this, and I don't care what they say. They have a light fast rating. So that alone right there puts them a step above the rest. Like it or not, it does. So you just have to suck it up, Buttercup. And a lot of your natural pigments come with already light fast ratings, you know, on a natural level. So the lighter the color, typically the higher your light fast rating. But again, I said it in the previous video of part 1 of this, that it becomes irrelevant, especially in coloring books. Because if you're not using acid-free paper, archival paper, or the other important factors that come into play when using light fast ratings, it becomes completely irrelevant in the colored pencil world. It's important to an artist standpoint when your art is on display, you're selling your artwork, et cetera, for professional artists. It's a very big deal. Coloring books are typically not on quality paper, or paper that's light fast, archival paper, or any type of paper that's going to render the light fast ratings relevant. So keep that in mind when you're buying your colored pencils and you're so worried about that light fast rating. But being as these have light fast rating, that puts them in the artist grade category. So your next one is olive yellow. This is one of the new ones. Now, I do know that the Color Soft line, I think Derwent hoped that that was going to be one of their more popular lines of colored pencils. But to me, it feels more like a chalk pastel. It's just a different type of pencil. The layering and coloring ability is very different. I feel that's more of an artist a drawing type pencil, a sketch artist type pencil. A beautiful pencil, but not particularly for building and layering of colors. Okay, Key Lime is the next one, and that's also one of the new colors. Although you can get good layers with Color Soft, it's very texturally different from the Chromaflow line. Different strokes for different folks, you know. People like what they like. And again, I've said it before, there are some artists out there that like cheap dollar brand colored pencils, and they've done some beautiful work with them. So it's all about what you choose as an artist, and go for it. So Key Lime, more of a chartreuse color, and that's one of the new ones. Let me get my last tray out here. Gotta change my layers, because it comes in 3 tray layers in the in your tin. In case you're wondering, you do get 3 of these layers inside the aluminum tin. But there is no color card. There's no reference card to tell you what's in your tin, so don't look for that. And there's nothing printed on the outside of the tin either, so don't look for that. So if you're looking to see what is actually in the tin you bought, you're going to have to go to Derwent's website to find that out, because you don't get anything with them to double check what you purchased is actually in your set. Yeah, that was a bummer for me. I was a little disappointed in that. And it doesn't look like I sharpened this last layer, so we're going to wing it. They might be a little scratchy, but so be it, right? Let's go for it. Okay, where am I at here? I am back to the top with the next one up here, which is one of the new ones. It's called Spring Bud. You can see I didn't sharpen them because they have that foggy look to them, and they have that blunt tip for shipping. So they have a rough cut from manufacturing sharpening, which when I sharpen them, they get a very smooth finish. But you can see the very rough cut from the manufacturer and the blunt tip, which I cannot stand that, because they always have that weird waxy coating they put on there. And I like to have a sharp tip when I work on my swatching, because it's easier to get in there. Yeah, I can feel that icky waxy on the outside. I call that the protective coating. They put on these for to protect them from breakage. And those blunt tips, they do that to put them in the cases for shipping. It protects the colored pencils from banging up against the edges of the containers and busting up. So it's better to have a flat tip hit the edge of something than a sharp tip. So in case you're wondering why they do that, honestly, I'd rather they don't sharpen them at all. I just prefer they just cut it and leave it. I think they used to do that years ago when manufacturers made colored pencils. They just used to leave them as a bold cut, and that was that. I wish they still did that. Once in a while, I'll buy open stock Prismacolors and I'll see them where they're not sharpened at all. And those are the first ones I grab. So the next one is Jungle Green. And it's one of the new ones. Look at that. That tip's a little goofy. It's like thinner. I noticed that too. Some of the cores seem a little skinnier. And some of them seem a little fatter. Definitely some inconsistencies in core size. But yeah, I could feel that weird manufacturer coating on there. I don't like it. Yucky. But that's why I sharpen all mine. I give them a quick little zip. Plus I think it makes them look nice and fancy. Okay. Oh, I'm going to feel so good when I get this done. You know, it's like mission accomplished to do 150 colored pencils. For those of you who have those crazy Color sets or those crazy Uli or Brute Fooners, or I don't know why you guys buy those. You don't need them. They're terrible colored pencils. They're not like the ones you buy at Dick Blick. They're not the real deal. They're just a name on a pencil, but they're not actually the real Brute Fooners. I know way too much about pencils and colored pencil manufacturers. I call it my useless knowledge. Okay, grass green is the next one. Now let's see if this really is grass green. Nah. This is more of a neon grass green. I don't get a grass green vibe. But I guess it depends on where you are and what color your grass is, right? So we'll just roll with it. It's a grass green. The next one is Olivine. It's a unique name. Olivine. Olivine. Could be a girl's name, Olivine. Like Olivia, but Olivine. It's like a grayish green. Maybe some yellowish tones to it. Kind of makes sense in the order it's in now. Maybe some yellow undertones in there. That's what I'm seeing here. Claire is really good at putting color family orders together. I could probably do it, but it would take me forever. Which is funny because I know my colors very well. But I don't know, my brain just goes in one direction or the other. I think it just takes me too long. Okay. So the next one is light olive. This says light olive and it's really dark, so I wonder what dark olive would be, right? If this is light olive, what's dark olive? Oof. Yeah, that's really dark, huh? Then my pencil's bent. It's got a curve in it. Look. It's like arched. It's like warped. How about that? I felt it right away. My pencil's like wonky. It's not even straight. So I got another weirdo pencil in my set. It's like it melted. It's like a rubber pencil. Again, pine is very soft. It's one of those woods that's very lightweight, very soft wood, it's not really common to see it used in colored pencils. I like the scent. It's very aromatic. So to me, it was soothing being, again, Pacific Northwest. My backyard is full of pine trees. Reminds me of Christmas trees right away. Yeah, I'm going to turn that one upside down because that one is really bent. That is weird. My next one is pear. It's like I grabbed it. I'm like, why does my pencil feel like a banana in my hand? So this one is pear. I got a weirdo set, that's for sure. I got an unfortunate set of colored pencils. Okay, and it's hard to complain when it was a gift. So, but still, the price that they paid for the set, it should be good. It shouldn't have this many issues. One or two I understand, but I've got several issues in this set. So that was pear, and the next one is lemon lime. I'm gonna grab another handful here. So here is lemon lime. Very, very lemon limey. Wow. I don't know if I get a lemon lime color feel for this. It definitely is giving me a different color than that lead looks. Wow. That's cool. Okay. Very lemon limey. The next one is called chai. Like chai tea, I suppose. So let's get this one down. Feeling it's got some gold tone to it, some yellowish gold. It's almost like we're starting to aim towards the browns now, but I'm still seeing some yellows in this, some yellow tones to it. So I see why this one is where it's at in the set. Definitely got some unique color. This one does look kind of like chai tea would look. That's for sure. Have you ever had real authentic chai tea? When I was overseas, I tried the real thing, the real deal. Not the stuff they make here in the States, but real chai tea. I liked it. Now, I don't like chai tea here in the US. Not the way they make it at the espresso stands. It's like yucky to me. But again, I've had the real thing. So I know what it's supposed to taste like versus what they do to it, those espresso stands. And I'm like, ooh, yuck, I'm not a fan. Okay, the next one is pickle. I like the name pickle. It's a good one. It's just easy to remember and it's funny. I'm not getting pickle from this. I think pickle, I think bright green, dill pickles. I'm not getting a bright green dill pickle here. Maybe an old pickle. Maybe they should have called it old pickle. Old dirty pickle. Dirty pickle would have been fitting. Dirty pickle. But then that name could have been considered inappropriate. You gotta be nice nowadays. Can't be sarcastic. People don't understand sarcasm anymore. And then there's me. Sarcasm is my second nature. Okay, so that's pickle. And the next one says leaf green. Looks like it's the last one in this row of 10. Ooh, that's really dark. How is that leaf green? That's really dark. See, I get used to certain sets having certain colors be of a certain range, and then I get this dark leaf green color, and I'm thinking, wow, that's really dark. Do you hear Gretel crash into my blinds over there? I have wood blinds on my windows, and she just smashed right through them. I couldn't imagine if I had vinyl blinds what she would have done to them by now. I probably wouldn't have any blinds left on my windows. When she was a kitten, oh boy. I have one set of fabric curtains on my French doors. And they're light filtering. They're like a microfiber. They're white or off-white. So they let light come through. They're really pretty. And when she was a little baby, she literally tore chunks off of them, climbing them. And I used to just get the packing tape out and fix the rips. Because I thought, I am not buying new blinds if she's going to keep doing this. The next one is Lincoln Green. So when she finally stopped climbing, literally climbing the blinds, I finally bought a new set. And by then she had stopped doing it, thankfully. It was funny though, because I could have had a whole new set of blinds just out of the packing tape I had, pieced them back together time and time again. Otherwise it just looked like there was holes ripped in my microfiber blinds. Everyone came over, was like, what is with your blinds? Just buy a new pair. And I'd be like, oh, you don't have a cat like I do. I'm waiting until she outgrows this phase. Thank gosh she never attacked my furniture. Oh, I would have just been crying. She's never done that, thankfully. Just those blinds. Maybe she just didn't like that set. She's funny. She has enough scratching posts, so she has no reason to attack my furniture. I made sure she has everything she needs. So this is Lincoln Green, and this color doesn't go down very well. It could be that coating on the pencil, of course. Definitely not a fan of that one. So the next one is Mocha. Not too many rows left to go now. Getting there. Oops. You can definitely tell when they're not sharpened because you don't get a real good even feel when you're coloring with them. I never like to use my pencils right out of the set. They just don't go down smooth. It's like that weird manufacturing sharpener. I don't like them. Some industrial blade they use or something. Some never dull blade. Probably just rips through them. Like 10,000 a second or something crazy. Can you imagine how many pencils they must turn out in a day? All the pencil shavings. I wonder what they do with them. They do with all those pencil shavings. Okay, the next one is Oak. I'm guessing that's going to be a little bit darker. Yep. So Oak is this one right here. It is darker. I don't know why I thought Oak would be darker, but it is. And usually Oak is kind of a light to medium color. I think this looks more like a walnut color to me, like walnut wood. It's darker, but this is Oak. And this color is going on very smooth, very creamy. Like I said before, you know, some pigments feel grittier than others. This one feels very smooth on laydown. It's a nice tree bark color. I also see this oak color being a beautiful brunette hair color, tree bark, eye tone, eye shade, dark skin shade. I see this working very well for creating a lot of different things. It's got like a gold undertone to it. I'm seeing a very, almost a green undertone with this oak color. Like a goldish green. It's very different. It's beautiful. It's a nice color. Okay, and the next one is going to be Dijon, which is like a mustardy color. Again, this is one of the creamier golden brown colors, and it's of course going to be one of the more light fast rated ones because it's on the lighter side of the pigments. The lighter the color, the higher the light fast rating. That's usually pretty standard. That was Dijon mustard. Excuse me, sir, would you happen to have any Grey Poupon? Sorry, it came to mind. Do you remember that commercial? The Grey Poupon commercial? The next one says saffron mango. Saffron mango. Alrighty. It's like there haven't been any new colors for a while, but I know we're coming up on some, so. It's like a nice flesh tone color. Yeah, that feels very smooth, very smooth color again on the lighter side. Okay, and the next one is going to be brown sugar. Make sure I'm still in your view. I have to keep looking up every now and then, otherwise sometimes I push myself out of camera view. Oh, this one's a little scratchy. Again, it's probably because I didn't sharpen them. So this one, the color seems deceiving. So what I'm seeing on the pencil versus what's actually showing on the paper, it's a little deceiving. Not funny. Always surprises me when colors do that. What it looks like when it's a solid versus when it's spread out on paper. Brown sugar. This definitely gives a brown sugar vibe. Yeah. The next one is peach sand. That's a very light color. So it's going to, again, be one of the higher light fast rated ones. Ooh, there's something on that one. Ew, that one had a little icky on the end of it. Something dark, probably just a transfer from one of the other pencils. Again, another reason I like to sharpen them before I use them, but I forgot to sharpen this tray, it seems. Probably got in a hurry to start getting this part 1 done last night. A nice pretty color though. Another nice flesh tone color. Again, this color range on the 150 set seems to be a really good range. They did really good on picking these colors. So I think all in all, so far, it's been really good. So this is burnt sienna. And this one is going down really nicely. Yep. But yeah, you know how you you get a set of colored pencils and you're like, the color range, it's like it's missing a color here and there. You just feel that there's a gap somewhere. I don't really feel there's a big gap anywhere in this set. I feel like everything is good. It's covered very well. And whatever is possibly missing, you could blend that color. You could make that color with layering of other colors. So I don't see too much of an issue here. Just like with your Prismacolors, you could fill in those gaps pretty easily. So the next color is called Spice. It's more of a richer earth tone color, kind of like a mahogany. Maybe a pumpkin orange. Maybe a little of both. Getting a little, I don't know, kind of getting a vibe on both colors there. More towards the orange family. We'll see what where Claire put Spice on her family color chart for this one. I'll have to go back and look. Like I said, she's really good at those. I'm not so good at those, so we'll see where she puts this one. Be interesting. Because I'm definitely getting some orange and some brown. But I don't know if I want to say it. Because I could be really wrong. I don't know if what I'm seeing is pink. Am I seeing like a pink or a red in there? Am I nuts? Okay. All right, and the next color is going to be Redwood. It's that last color in this row. Weird, Redwood seems a little out of place for exactly right here in the color tin, but okie dokie. I didn't do these in any color order. I'm just following the order that they were in when I received them. So according to what they are in the tin, this is how I put them on this chart. So, and again, I have no, excuse me. Hold on, why I almost sneezed. Ooh, I didn't think that was ever going to go away. Again, I have no way of knowing if the order they're in is the right order or the colors I received are the right colors because there's no reference in the tin. Okay, let me grab another handful here. We're getting close. Almost there. I'm going to scooch back up to the top. And the next one is Raisin. Ooh. So, there it is. Looks like this one right here is going to be Raisin. Ooh, that's a nice rich color. Wow. I kind of got Tuscan red going on here, but I'm seeing a little more of the red in here. Oh, here comes that sneeze again. Nope, it's gone. I have a feeling I'm going to let out a really big sneeze any minute. Told you my allergies are just acting up today. I get seasonal allergies pretty bad. Okay, that was raisin. I don't think my throat ever gets a break. The next one is bourbon. Plus, I had my thyroid out several years ago, so Claire always tells me I have a scratchy voice. Yes, I do now. I used to have more of a squeaky voice until they took my thyroid out. Now this one is bourbon. I kind of see a bourbon with this. The maple syrup. Bourbon whiskey, maybe. Yeah. So this color makes a little more sense. Bourbon. Ah, got a little sloppy there. See what happens when I get in a hurry? I'm a slow and even person. Claire can color beautifully really quick. I can't. I color fast, I get sloppy. That is bourbon. I've seen some people just knock out drawings in no time flat. It's like, wow, I can't believe you can do that. I can't draw for nothing. My stick people, I don't know. They don't even look like stick people. So the next color is nutshell. Oh, bourbon was one of the new colors, and nutshell is one of the new colors. Sorry about that. So this right here is nutshell, and it is one of the new colors. Wow, this one is really creamy. This one's going down pretty smooth. Wow, look at that. Yeah, this one's going down nicely. And I do get a nutshell color from this. I keep thinking walnut. Like the color of a walnut shell. But I'm getting a little deep French gray. Like a 90% French gray on this. Is my vibe with nutshell. Yep. And I like to use my French grays for animal fur. For faces on animals. For rocks. Totally for rocks and stuff. Okay. So the next one is going to be willow. Which this one's going to be willow right here. See if we can get willow going. Again, from dark to light here. Okay. I might have to pause one last time and get up and turn my light on. I don't know why my TV all of a sudden is loud. I had it turned down all the way. I will blame it on Gretel. Although she's sleeping, let's just blame it on her. It works, right? Blame it on the cat. Okay. So that is willow. That's a pretty color. Yeah. I'm getting a 943 or a 945 vibe from the Prismacolors. Totally. It's one of my more popular colors I tend to gravitate to all the time. Yeah. And the next one is licorice, which is one of the new colors. Now, it says licorice, so I'm going to have to assume it's black. But they have black over here. So, yeah. maybe 2 different shades of black, or does this black one, maybe this licorice color, maybe it has some purple undertones to it, or some just a different shade of black, or maybe it's more of a deep dark gray, like a charcoal, but they called it licorice. So if you look really close at black licorice, it almost has like a red or a purple in it. So that's why I'm thinking maybe even a hunter green in there. I mean, black really has several colors in it. But as I'm looking closer now, I can almost see a deep sepia, like a really dark umber, dark brown. That might be what I'm seeing here. Just a very deep, dark shade of brown here. Sometimes it's really hard to tell until you blend them out light. And that's why, again, I like to go from dark to light so I can really see those tones in there. It is really helpful. And the next one is going to be coffee bean. Uh-oh, what happened here? Okay, said I had a low battery, so that was weirdo. Okay, let me put this on pause. Okay, sorry about that. My battery died. I was like, uh-oh, what happened there? That's what happens. I was just carrying on, and I look up, and there went my battery. You two stop it. Sugar is chasing Gretel now. She gets what she deserves. So we did licorice, willow and licorice was one of the new ones. The next one is coffee bean here. Not too many more to go. I'm going to go ahead and knock these last 20 or so out. Coffee bean is a deep dark brown. It's a nice color. Nice rich color. So coffee bean totally makes sense for this one. Again, this is the tin, or the section, the last section in the set of 150 that I didn't sharpen. So as you can see, it's a little weird to work with. But I'm still doing the dark to light, because again, I like to see the variation of how they layer up when I do my swatching. So I like to see what it looks like when I have a dark layer, a medium layer, and a light layer. And everybody's different when they do their swatching. Some people like to completely fill in their bubbles. The next one is natural brown, which I grabbed a handful here, so now I have to kind of look through when I'm doing. So natural brown is the next one here. Get in this corner. It's another nice rich brown color. I get the total chocolate vibe. Prismacolor 1082 on this natural brown, but of course this is the chromaflow set we're doing. But I'm just throwing out comparison colors. Again, I mentioned Claire, Color with Claire. She did the family color chart. So it's on her Ko-fi page, which there's a link in my description to Claire's Ko-fi. So you can easily just scroll down in the description under my video and find her link. And you can go there and get her color family chart for the chromaflow 150 set, which is the set we're doing right now. And if you want to print that off, you can. You can go to her video about the chromaflow 150 set. She talks about it in her review, and she also talks about it in her the color family chart that she made for the 150 set. So the link is also in her video as well. So she makes great family color charts, and I am not so good at that. So I always like to put her links in there on my videos because I don't do those. I leave that up to the experts. I don't have any kind of web page or store or anything like that, so I don't offer stuff like that, and I'm sorry. Biscotti is the next one. This is one of the new colors in the 50 new colors in the 150 set. And again, I want to clearly point out that this chart that I'm using is not one of mine. I didn't create it. The link to the website for Deviant Art is under my description, and it's Mystic Sparkle Wings is who created this chart. So you can become a member of Deviant Art, and you can find Mystic Sparkle Wings, and you can go on there and pay patronage to her and get a copy of this chart if you like it. This is a 150 swatch chart, so you can get all 150 colors onto one page. And in the end, as soon as I'm done doing this chart with you, I will flip it around and zoom out, and you could take a screenshot if you like. Again, this is only, the order I did this in is the order in which the pencils came in my set. The next one is Morning Mist. But I didn't do them in any color family order or color order. I just did them in order according to what I received them in. Now, that's not to say they didn't get mixed up during shipping or something like that, but this is how I got them, so this is how I put them in. And I have no reference because there was no color chart card in my set. Again, I don't know if it was supposed to come with something, but mine had absolutely nothing to reference what I should have received in this set. Which in a way is kind of a bummer. It would have just been nice to double check to see what I got is what I should have. I'm sure it's correct, but I know a lot of people are like me. They like to check those things. The next one is called Pebble. It looks like I put a D there, but it's called Pebble. Am I in your view? I keep looking up. I made that mistake already. You look up and your battery's dead. I don't know if it actually recorded, so I'll have to go back and look when I edit. And see if it caught me saying, uh-oh, dead battery. I'd be like, oh no, dead battery. You know how a lot of colored pencil brands, they put cool gray, French gray, and they put level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%. In the chromaflow lines, they actually named their gray colors. So it's a little different. Just something you have to get used to on the chromaflow pencils. If you're used to looking for 10, 20, 30, and so on the breakdowns. You'll have to break yourself of that habit. Okay, I'm going to scooch up here to the top. We've got about 20 more to go. The next one is going to be Basalt Gray. I'm going to try to speed this along here. See if I can work fast and clean. I doubt it. I am a slow and steady kind of person. I know others can do these really quickly. I get sloppy when I go fast. But these videos tend to get very, very long, especially when you're doing 150 colors. And when you try to edit a 2-hour video and then upload it, it can take all friggin' night to upload. And if you've never uploaded a video of this magnitude to YouTube, you have no idea how long it takes. Sometimes it can go fast. Other times it's like never ending. And editing can be tedious, especially if you have multiple edits like I do now because my battery died. Now I'm going to have multiple parts to this. 2 is okay. 3 or 4, it becomes like, oh boy. Okay, your next one is carbon gray. I try not to do more than 1 or 2 clips or sections when I have to edit 2 together to make 1 video, because it gets to be daunting. And I'm not a very good editor, where I look at people like Sarah Renee Clark and I think, geez, I'm so jealous. But that woman, you've got to give praise to her. I think I had a brief conversation with Claire about that. You got to give props to Sarah. You really do. She has made a business. She has been so successful at doing this. It's impressive. It really, truly is. She has taken something she loves and she's turned it into a job, so to say. Although it's a hobby for her and she still enjoys it and she loves what she does. You have to be impressed with a woman who's able to do that, right? I am. Okay, so the next one is Almond Frost, and it's one of the new colors. But she has really done amazing, where she's taken something she really enjoys and she's made it a professional, what's the word I'm looking at? She's just turned it into something epic for herself. And she has brought so many people so much entertainment. And not only that, but she's taught people so much. It's just a great resource that she's provided to so many people. So you have to give credit where credit is due. That's a nice color. It's called Almond Frost. It's got a little bit of a pink tint to it. I'm seeing a little pink in there. The next one is called Red Storm. So maybe I was right on the money where the pink tint in that. And this one's called Red Storm. So I'm guessing there might be some red tones in these grays. Yep, I'm seeing a little bit of pink in this as well. These are different. Some unique colors. I mean, the French grays are typically a little on the earthier side. They have a little bit of brown, but I'm getting a little more of a red or pink pigment in these. Again, maybe I'm off base here. Claire is much better at putting these in color family order, but I am totally seeing like a pinkish color in these. More on the red than the brown side. Maybe my eyes are funny. I don't know. Maybe I need a new prescription. I just got a new prescription. Maybe I need another one. I don't know. But yeah, I'm totally getting pink vibes. Okay. So let me grab another handful here. It's like the next one is Lavender Ash. I'll look up real quick, make sure I'm still in view for you. So with the name Lavender, I'm taking it. That is the purple, which means there's got to be some pink or some red hues in there. Because in order to get purple, red and blue. So we got a lavender here. So I'm guessing I might have been right on the money with the red undertones there. Which makes these colors very unique all on their own as far as the grays are concerned, which could really bring some unique shading opportunities for some of your skin values. I'm just throwing that out there for all you portrait lovers. And I know some of you are probably going, huh? Rose quartz is the next one. But some of the more advanced people out there will know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, rose quartz. Another good color I see going for a skin tone or shade. Yep. Whether it be human or animal, I am seeing some very different colors and opportunities here to create some unique shades. Yes, I am. Something just a little bit different in one color versus using two or three other colors. So these are very different. Yep. Very nice. Okay. The next color is going to be Fell Mist, and that it looks like fell, not fall. Fell Mist. This is one of the new colors. This is on the lighter side. So again, this is going to have a higher light fast rating, or it should anyway. So let's see here. It's hard to see the angle I'm at, but this is a lighter gray. Really light, really pale gray color. And the next one is going to be Moon Rock. And that is, of course, one of the newer colors as well. Then we got about 12 more to go. So I'm ripping through these really quickly. Again, to try not to extend this too much longer. And of course, you can do yours a little bit neater than I am here. Moonrock's kind of a nice middle ground gray color, like a good dusky rock color. It's all in the name there, huh? Moon Rock. Okay. The next one is Slate Gray, which I'm taking is going to be a darker gray. Yes. And with the color Slate, I'm thinking there's some blue in there. Yes, there is. I see it already. I see some blue coming out in that slate gray. We'll go back up here, do another layer. Get a little darker in that corner there. And you can see as it builds the layer up, it does layer. So you can get some layers with these chromaflows. The ability is there. And you can see I can do the small circles and build some layers. I seem to get better coverage with these when I do the small circle motion than I do with the up and down or side to side motion. So, and that's working the grain of the paper, of course. So that was slate gray. And the next one is Winter Lake, which is one of the new colors as well. Getting that corner. Which again is, yep, I see this. The Winter Lake color makes sense, being an icy blue, but it's also a gray, so yeah, it's a nice pretty color. For me, I would have to go through and line these up knowing where they break down in my warm and cool and my French grays. Because that's how I think of my colors. I need to know my warm and cold tones. That's how I roll when I do my images. It may seem weird to some people, but everybody's different, right? We all have our little quirks when it comes to the way we do our pictures. Okay, we are on the last 10. Thank God. Yay. That's a lot of colors. So the next one is Oxford Gray. And this is one of the new colors. Yay. The countdown. You never really realize how many 150 colors is until you sit down and swatch them all out. You're like, wow, that's a lot of colors. But then when you're color picking for a picture, you're like, wow, I need more colors. And that's why it's important to learn your color blending, because you really don't need more colors. All the colors you need, you can actually get in smaller than 150. You can bring all 150 colors out of less. So don't overwhelm yourself. The next one is Platinum. Now my nose is going to run. First, I can't breathe. Now it's going to run. Of course. You have to love springtime. I get springtime allergies and then I get the fall allergies. They're fabulous in the Pacific Northwest. People who are from here know exactly what I'm talking about. My car is actually silver, and right now it's got like this lime green tint to it because of the amount of pollen on it. I took the hose to it and it just doesn't come off. It's like glue. We have crazy pollen here, and it's tree pollen. So when I said earlier, I opened this box of pencils and immediately I said, I smelled the pine. I knew that smell right away. Okay, the next one is Charcoal Gray, because pine trees are very prevalent here. So the fact that Derwent used pine wood. This is one of the new colors. Again, that's Charcoal Gray. This is a really rich color. But I knew that pine tree scent. And to me, it was not a chemical smell. It wasn't offensive. It was a very rich pine scent, which I recognized immediately. Reminded me of Christmas trees. Smelled like the Pacific Northwest. So if you're not from these parts and you ever wondered what it's like here, it smells like Christmas trees year round. I had a friend who was visiting from the East Coast, and I told her, she didn't believe me, so I had to tell her, I make sure when you fly in, the first thing you do when you get outside the airport, I want you to take a deep breath and tell me what you smell besides Seattle. And she texted me right away. She says, it smells like Christmas trees. And I started laughing. I said, welcome to Washington. She said, I couldn't believe it smelled like Christmas trees. And I said, yes, it does. People don't believe me when I tell them that. It really does. Smells like Christmas trees. And the farther you get up towards the mountains, it really does smell like Christmas trees. It's funny. I mean, you get to New York and it smells like New York. I've traveled a lot, so I've got to see all kinds of different things, which I'm thankful for. That's charcoal gray, very deep, and that's one of the new colors. The next one is neutral gray. Whoa, that's weird. I was looking for a light color, but neutral gray is a dark color. Okay. That has thrown me a little bit, saying it's a neutral gray and it's so dark. I would think more along the lines of a lighter color, but this is one of the new 50. I did immediately think I was looking for a lighter tone. But it will take me some getting used to the color names. That's for sure. But again, so you see here, I'm doing some small circles on this upper portion to build up that deep, rich layer. So I can get some deep, rich layers. Not quite as easy as Prismacolor. But if you work it, you are able to get those blends going. And again, I'm not doing too many layers here. And you can still see the grain of my paper quite easily. And from the dark to the light. There we go. So that is neutral. Now the next one is black. This is kind of one of those ones I was waiting for. I like to see how black is the black color here. So let's get her in there. Let's check it out. The black feels creamy, doesn't feel gritty. I'm going to get this first layer in here. Of course, you know me, I like to get my first light layer in. Let's come back in here and get some of this darker layer in this corner done. See what I can build up here for this black. See if I can get that jet black color without having to use another color to really build on that jet black. Yeah, I don't think it's going to cut it. I think this black, like many other colored pencil sets, you're going to have to build a base layer and build up that between that charcoal gray and maybe even throwing in that deep hunter green to get that deep, dark jet black color. But that's pretty typical of most colored pencils, unless you're using a charcoal set, of course. So I expected this. And it's the same with Prismacolors. Prismacolors black is a little different. It's a little more opaque. It is among the top favorites on the laydown because it is so rich and so heavily pigmented. But again, it's all about the richness and the creaminess and how you get that pigment into the paper. But yeah, this would have to be a black that you build on for sure. Okay, the next one, which is white. We all know white is white, but there are different levels of white. So there can be off-white, there can be stark white, and I'm going to hit the outer lines of this black box, so maybe it'll show up on camera. And I'm going to put a little bit more pressure behind it. I'm not too worried about going from a heavy to light on the white. But I want to see how much it covers up that outer black box. That's usually my test, is my white pencil over black. So when I do my swatches, I cover my black outline to see what it does. And I'd have to test it on my black paper to give it a rating, but for now, I can't really say much about it. But I can still 50% see that white box, if not more, 60%, 70%. So the next one is silver. And we are almost done here. Ooh, silver is really creamy. Wow. This is a super creamy metallic pencil. You know, I might have to give it to Derwent on this one, on this metallic silver. It went right down like liquid gold, or I should say liquid silver. Woohoo! Did I just get a freak pencil, or is this the standard of all the silver metallic pencils? This went on like icing a cupcake. Wow, look at it. It covered up that black line. Look at that. It's like putting eyeliner down. Woohoo! Yikes, I wasn't even expecting it to be that buttery. Wow. Look at me, I'm like a little kid in a candy store over the silver metallic pencil. Because I like to use my metallics to add just a little bit of shimmer to certain things. I don't typically use them on their own, but I add highlights using them. Look at that. Okay, so Derwent, 10 of 10 on your silver. Your silver blend is beautiful. I got to give you that. Let's try the gold. Let's see what we get here. Ooh, yep. I am digging that gold. It's not really gold now, is it though? I've got more of a I got more of a coppery gold from it, but it's not quite as creamy and buttery as that silver. But this gold is like a richer gold. Almost a brassy gold. It's not a real yellow gold. So let's see what that... I would have liked to have seen a more yellow gold. Because they called it gold. But this is more a bronzy gold. And it doesn't... The feel is just not as buttery as that silver one. That silver one really freaked me out because it was so creamy. It's nice, but it doesn't have anything on that silver one. And again, that probably has a lot to do with the type of pigment that was used to create the color. But woohoo on that silver. That's bliss. So that might be one of my new favorites right there. The next one is called Silver Mint. So let's give this a whirl. And this is one of the new colors. Yep, I'm already feeling that buttery with the silver mint already. Something about that silver pigment they have. I wonder what their special recipe is on that silver pigment. Prismacolor. Newell Company. You might want to pay attention here. I'm just saying. This feels like frosting. Wow. Yeah. I'm digging it. Something with your silver pigment is gorgeous. Okay. All you making fun of me right now, laughing, saying I am just over the top about it. You have no idea. You just don't know. This is gorgeous. Yep, move over Prisma on the silver. Woohoo! Look at that. Like a little kid in a candy store with lollipops and M&Ms. I like it. Okay, the last one, you guys. It's called Ice Blue. And it too is a metallic. Silver Mint was one of the new ones, and Ice Blue is one of the new ones. And this is the last of the colors in the 150. And this is laying down like frosting. Wow. Okay. This is the first layer, so let's see if I'm just overexcited over that silver pigment. Nope, this one came on quite as strong as that silver pigment did, and it is as creamy and buttery. It is like frosting a cupcake. This is gorgeous. I have to give it to Derwent on these metallics. That gold one is more of a bronze, not a gold. I would like to see a yellow gold. That would be really nice. The name implies gold. I want to see a yellow gold. That is more a copper or a bronze. It's not quite screaming yellow gold to me. But these metallic pigments are top notch. As far as the creaminess, you nailed it on that. 100%. Those are a 5 out of 5 for me. The rest, as far as the creaminess, I already said it. I give you a 3.5 out of 5 in comparison to Prismacolor's 5 out of 5. Okay, I'm going to zoom out here, you guys. Okay. Let me see, zoom out, and let me zoom in just a little bit. Refocus on that sheet. Okay, so now you can see all 150 colors. Can I slide this over just a hair? Okay, this is all 150 colors of the Chromaflow set that Derwent has put out. The star indicates the new colors that are available in the 150 set. And as of recent, that Claire had put out that you can buy the set on Cult pens, I believe, in the UK. So if you're interested in buying the new colors, those are available, not in the US, however. So if you want to take a look at those, please watch her video and you can do so. Do pay close attention to those 4 metallics in comparison to the other colors in the Chromaflow line. And I do advise you to compare them to the Prismacolor metallics. I would like you to do that and tell me what you think. I personally really do like the creaminess of the Derwent Chromaflow metallics. They're beautiful. Those 4 colors are gorgeous. I would like to see a yellow gold instead of a bronze gold. That would be nice. If it could be in that same softness level, you would hit it out of the park there. There's something to be said about these last 4 colors that I'm impressed. I thoroughly am. And whether you know me or not, that says a lot. So I'm that silent one that sits in the background that not too many people know. But that's a big deal. Anyhow, I appreciate you guys watching. Check out the links for you to get this chart from Mystic Sparkle Wings. This is her chart, not mine. And then Color with Claire, her color family chart for the Chromaflow 150 set. Her link is also in the description of my video. And I will be posting part 2 for the red color combos for the Prismacolors. And it will be a lot longer than that first one. I, again, apologize for Gretel's antics and her crashing into my lamp. That was just horrifying. Anyways, thanks for watching, and it wouldn't be any fun without a little bit of comedy in my videos. Have a great night, everybody.